Hey everybody, the video you're about to watch is one of many more you're going to find over at cadjunkie.com covering digital design tools of all stripes, including SolidWorks, Modo, Rhino, and others. So I hope you're going to go check out our free membership as soon as you're done watching this video. All right, enjoy. Hey everybody, welcome to CAD Junkie. This is Adam again, and if you've ever done any rigging at all in Modo, especially if you're rigging imported geometry, like CAD geometry, you've probably run into situations where you need to align a locator item that you can animate to a piece of arbitrary geometry out in space, and sometimes that can seem devilishly difficult to do. Modo doesn't have direct tools that allow you to take one item and align it to geometry within another item. So in this example, I have a cylinder, but this cylinder, if we look at it here and select the geometry is out here kind of rotated arbitrarily in space. However, the action center, or the center of this item, I should say, the item center, is down here at the origin. So if I hide that locator, we'll see that this is the item center, that little circle down there. That is at the origin, and therefore, if we try to align something to this mesh item, it's going to align down there. It's not going to align to our geometry. So let's say, for example, that this loop down here, that one, that's where we want for this locator to be. We want to line it up at the dead center of this loop, and we want it to be aligned along the barrel axis of this cylinder. And that seems pretty difficult to do, but actually it's really, really straightforward. So let's do that. I'm here in the Setup tab, and over here in the Modo Modes bar, all the way over on the right, and by the way, my screen's a little small, so I'm going to have to expand this down. You'll see the Work Plane tools. I'm going to select that and align Work Plane to selection. And now our white work plane is aligned to that selection, and you'll notice that the extra white lines, the kind of slightly darker lines, those ones align right at the dead center of our selection. So that's where the origin is. Excellent. So now I can head to Item Selection Mode, select my locator item, and once again, in the Setup tab, over in the Setup Tools, down in the Set submenu, you have to Work Plane Rotation. So I could set this to work plane position, drop that, and now our item has moved to the work plane position, and then run the rotation one, and now we are aligned perfectly. So now we know that our locator item is at the dead center of our geometry, not just where the mesh center arbitrarily happens to be. So let's head back to our work plane tools and reset our work plane. So that's just back where it ought to be. And then under drop action, let's set that to insert in place, which is just a handy way of taking this locator item, dragging it and drop it on top of that cylinder, and everything stays exactly where it was, except over here in our item hierarchy, you're going to see that now the mesh is a child of that locator. So if I move this locator around, the mesh moves exactly as it should. And keep in mind, of course, that this mesh, if I select the mesh item, the center is still down here. We haven't moved the center of our mesh item. No, that's exactly where it used to be. We've just moved this parent locator so that it happens to be aligned in the center of this piece of geometry. So I hope that's really helpful to you. There are so many situations in which this is useful, especially when rigging CAD geometry in Modo. So let me know what you think. If there's an easier way to do this, I would love to hear it. And yeah, keep in touch. Talk to you soon.